friends, welcome back. I'm sitting on this side of the mat because of the wonderful lighting. I don't have blinds, but please excuse that. Hopefully you can just go by my verbal cues and hopefully the lighting isn't too bad. But we're going to do about a 20-minute feel-good stretchy flow, so a little bit of longer held stretches, a little bit of a mellow vinyasa, linking breath with movement. Just a short and sweet practice, perfect for, I think, after work, when you have, you want to move on from your day. You don't have a ton of energy, but you just want to get moving in your body a little bit. And then you also want to kind of calm down and prepare for the evening ahead. So hopefully it's a little rejuvenating, a little calming for you. If you like to practice with blocks all the time, grab them. Otherwise, there isn't a specific pose that requires them. And we're going to get started laying on our bellies. Bring your knees to hip width distance. Bend your elbows and rest your forehead down on the back of your hand. And just spend the next few moments letting your body settle into this time and space. Separating what you were doing before and what responsibilities you have next from right now for these next 20 minutes. Bend your knees, curl your heels in towards your glutes, and then just windshield wiper your hips from side to side. Feet dropping over to the right and then to the left. Rotating in your hip joint, also just loosening up through the low back space. Let it feel good. A couple more on each side. As small or as large as you'd like. Good. Extend your legs back out long. Bring your arms up to a cactus so they're bent at 90 degrees. You can rest on either ear. We're going to curl our right knee up and then bring your right toes up and over toward your left elbow. And then lower back down, switching it out, straightening the right leg, bending the left. Switch to lay onto your right ear and then bring those left toes over towards your right elbow. Feeling the opening through the front of the hip and then also the right shoulder and chest. Exhale back down. Switch it out, roll onto the left ear, bring your right leg up and over. One more time the other way. Good. Roll onto your right side, prop on your right elbow, and then cradle your head with your right hand. Have your left fingertips out in front of you for balance, and then you're going to bring your left elbow up towards your left armpit. Circle it out once, lubricating through hip joint, and then plant your left sole of your foot in front of the right thigh. And then you can use your left hand kind of as traction to open up a little bit. If you'd like to feel more of a stretch, come up onto the right forearm. And breathe here. So opening up through the left inner thigh and then also letting your right ribs separate and drop open towards the mat. We'll hang out here for a few more breaths because I think this feels really good. You can stay in stillness if you want. You can kind of just push your left knee out and let it drop in. Whatever feels good for you today. All right, and then we're gonna bring our left leg, extend it long, stack it on top of the right, and then we'll switch sides. So I like to stay propped up onto my elbow and forearm, but if you want, you can have your long bone of your arm on the ground instead. So we're gonna roll onto our left hip. Right fingertips are out in front for balance. Pull your right knee up towards your right armpit. Take one big hip circle. And then on the second one, plant the sole of your right foot in front of your left thigh. And then right fingertips can come to your right knee. Feel a gentle opening in the right hip, and then also, again, just let your left ribs drop heavy down towards the mat. Feel the space between each rib separating. And expanding even more as you Lengthen your breath. Couple more cycles of breath here. One more big full inhale. And exhale, roll onto your belly. Find yourself in a Sphinx pose briefly. So tractioning the elbows backwards as you thread your heart forwards and through. Pull shoulders down the back body and lengthen through the back of your neck. And tuck your toes under. Lift your knees and thighs from the mat. Curl your tailbone under and find a forearm plank. Just a couple breaths here. Broaden across your collarbones. Reach the crown of your head forward. And then press through your hands. Find a downward facing dog. And just pedal out your feet for a few breaths. Maybe you press your chest down through your armpits as you bend your knees more. Whatever feels good in your body right now. And then walk your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold Uttanasana. We're going to take a couple rounds of a really simple sun salutation just to get the body warmed up. On an inhale, stand up, press through your feet, reach your arms overhead. On an exhale, we're going to come to our fold again, but I want you to keep your knees really bent. Belly lays down onto thighs. Grasp onto either ankle. Inhale, grow your spine long, stretch the crown of your head forward. And then exhale, forward fold. Try to straighten your legs slightly. Let your arms hang heavy. Push the ground away with your feet. Inhale, stand up, arms reach high. And exhale, forward fold with the knees really bent. Hold on to your ankles. Belly rests down onto thighs. Inhale, find a flat back as you halfway lift. And exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bent leg, forward fold. Pull your hands apart as you reach the crown of your head forward. And then exhale, fold again. Let's do one more here. Move with your own breath. Good. And then find yourself in a fold and just wiggle out your hips a little bit. Side to side, bend one knee and then the other. And then we're going to move into a little vinyasa before we cool down with some stretches. So inhale, you're going to step your right leg back, lower your right knee down to the mat. Arms reach high, low lunge. So you can keep the pelvis kind of tucking forward, drawing your left heel back and your right knee forward for these. If that feels safer for the low back, which I think is probably the best option. If you're really open and want to drop the hips down and open the arms, that's a good option too. So inhale to your low lunge. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, straighten through the left leg, sit your hips back towards your right heel. Re-bend into your left knee, inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. And then exhale, modified pyramid, straighten your left leg, keep your right heel lifted, arms sweep back behind you. Right heel swivels down, left hand to inside of left shin, right hand reaches high, Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then exhale, hands frame, left foot face the front of your mat. Ground through the ball of your right foot, inhale, sweep, left leg high, bend your knee, open your hip. And then exhale, draw left knee underneath your body over towards right elbow. Twisted tiger curl. Inhale, three-legged dog, bend your knee, open your hip. And then exhale, plant your left foot between your thumbs. Keep your fingertips on the ground or on blocks. Keep the left knee bent. Inhale, supported warrior three. Right leg reaches up from the inner thigh. And then exhale, forward fold. Right foot meets left. Other side. Inhale, left leg steps back, lower the left knee, find your low lunge. And then exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits, hips lower down to left heel. Re-bend into your right knee, inhale, high crescent lunge. And then exhale, modified pyramid, straighten into both legs, arms sweep back behind you. Left heel swivels down, right hand down for support. Left hand peels open, triangle pose. Exhale, hands frame, right foot. Face the front of your mat. Ground into the left toes. Inhale, sweep right leg high, bend your knee, open your hip. Exhale, right leg comes underneath your body and aims towards your left elbow. Move with your breath. Inhale, peel it open. Exhale, right foot plants between your thumbs. Keep your fingertips down for support. Launch off the right leg. Inhale. Left leg reaches for supported warrior 3. And then exhale, left foot meets right forward fold. Move to that simple sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep high, stand up. Exhale, ride the breath all the way down. Hands hold onto ankles. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, lower your right knee, step that foot back behind you, low lunge. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. This time keep the hips lifted, straighten the left leg. Breathe in into your left knee, inhale, Crescent Lunge. Exhale, modified pyramid. Pivot right heel down, inhale, Triangle Pose. Exhale, hands frame left foot. Pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Inhale, bend your left knee, open your hip, find that three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee draws underneath your body, and then send it out to the right, lowering down onto the blade edge of your left foot, and swiveling right heel down. Inhale to reach up for a falling triangle with your right arm. And then exhale, lower that hand back down. Inhale, right leg sweep all the way up and over. And exhale, right toes plant down behind you, hover your hips off the mat. Press into your points of contact, inhale, wild thing. And exhale, press through your right foot, step your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, standing splits. Left foot is balancing, right heel is lifting nice and high. And then exhale, forward fold. Other side. Breathe in. Step your left leg back, lower your knee, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, modified pyramid. Inhale, triangle pose, reach, left hand high. Stay long through your side bodies. And then exhale, hands frame right foot. Pivot onto the ball of the left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, right knee lifts up and open. Exhale, right knee comes underneath body in your plank, and then send it out to the left, coming onto the pinky edge of your right foot, and then swiveling left heel down. Inhale, peel it open, fall in triangle. Exhale, left hand plants. Right knee draws into body. Inhale, wild thing. Bent knee, open hip, down dog. And then flip the dog over, right toes laying behind you, hips up, hover off the mat. And then inhale, lift up into the wild thing. Exhale, with control, step your right foot next to your left thumb. Two hands on the ground for support. Inhale, rise up, standing splits. And exhale, forward fold. Move through your sun salutation. Inhale to rise and stand. Exhale, bent leg, forward fold, hands to ankles. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, fold. One more time through this sequence, but we'll hold the poses a little longer to make them feel a little stretchier. So on your next in-breath, step your right foot back, lower down onto your right knee, and then lift your shoulders to stack over hips. And find whatever feels good. So I like to plug my left femur back to my socket as I round and roll my right hip forward. Maybe you bend and straighten the left knee a little bit. Feeling a nice opening on the front of the right hip. Keeping sit bones curling underneath you. So no opening and dumping into the low back here. Your hips can drop lower as long as you're staying safe in your back. Good, and then straighten your left leg. Hands come to either side of the left shin. Find your half splits. And again, maybe you wiggle, maybe you turn your toes in and out, or maybe you rest in stillness. One more inhale, reach your chest forward. Exhale, fold deeper. Bend into your left knee, press through both feet. Inhale, rise to your crescent lunge. So again, just take a peek at the pelvis. Make sure you're not opening up to the right. Square your hips. Reach your arms high, but knit your lower ribs down towards your spine. Press back through your right heel. Lift up from the right hamstring. And then exhale, modified pyramid fold. Hands come for support, either onto the mat or onto blocks. Straighten into both legs. Keep your right heel lifted. Scissor your inner thighs together. Stay engaged through your core. Inhale to lift halfway. And exhale to fold. One more like that. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Good. Pivot your right heel down. Setting up for triangle pose, Uttanasana, so your left hand can come to a block, or to your left shin, or to the mat. And then we're going to peel our right arm all the way up to the sky. So think about tucking your left sit bone underneath you, and then growing long from right hip bone, or left hip bone all the way to left armpit. Three breaths here. Good. Hands frame your left foot. Press through your palms. Left leg lifts high, three-legged dog, and then bend your knee, open your hip, flip your dog all the way over to a wild thing. And we'll stay here. So press your hip points up towards the sky. Left arm reaches overhead. Heart is lifting upwards. Your right shoulder blade is creating a shell for your heart. Your lungs are wrapping around. One more cycle here. Good. Lower your hips down to the mat. Keep your left knee pointed up towards the sky and then fold over your right leg. Your hands can be on your right foot, kind of tractioning, pulling you forward, or they can be just on the mat for support. This light is pointing out all my split ends. 2 more breath cycles. Good job. Bring your right hand to the top of the mat again. Inhale, lift up into your wild thing. And then exhale, pivot your right toes to the right. Press through that foot as you step your left foot to the top of the mat. Good. Inhale to lift your right heel high, standing splits. Stay for 3 cycles. Maybe your left hand comes behind your left ankle to draw you closer. Final inhale, lift from your right glute and hamstring. Point through those toes, and then exhale, forward fold the top of your mat. We'll move through the other side. So step your left leg back, lower your left knee down to the mat, find your low lunge. Plug your right femur back into its socket, roll your left hip forward. Tuck your pelvis underneath you as you engage lower belly, and then maybe play with the angle of your right knee bend, seeing how that feels on the front of the left hip. Good. On your next exhale, straighten into your right leg, half splits, fingertips to either side on the mat or on blocks. Maybe try to turn your toes in and out. See how that changes sensation on the outside of your right hip. One more breath here. Grow long through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold a little deeper if you can. Bend into your right knee, press through both feet. Inhale to rise, crescent lunge. So fingertips are reaching really, really high, feet are grounding down, and lower ribs are knitting down into your spine on the exhale. Let them open up on your inhale, filling your whole lung space, and then exhale, and draw them down. One more time like that. And then on your exhale, fold into your modified pyramid, straighten both legs. Hands can come onto blocks if that feels good. Inhale to halfway lift here, flat back. Exhale, release down. One more cycle. And then pivot left heel in. Right hand comes down for support on a block or on your shin. And then left arm reaches high to the sky. Triangle pose. Scoop that right sit bone underneath you and then grow long through both side waists. Heel left shoulder open, gaze up. If that's okay for your neck. If it's not, find whatever is comfortable. One more breath. Big opening. And exhale. Release down, hands to frame right foot. As you breathe in, reach your right heel high. Then bend your knee, open your hip. Find your wild thing. So press down through your 3 points of contact. And then reach right arm overhead. Pretend someone was picking you up and scooping your hips up from your back pockets. Lungs are wrapping around the heart and lifting it up higher. For one more breath. And exhale, lower your hips down to the mat. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale, grow long through your spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Reaching out for that left foot. One more breath here. Exhale, fold deeper. Bring your left hand to the top of the mat again. Inhale into your wild thing one more time. And then left toes pivot to the left. Launch off that left foot. Bring your right foot to the top of the mat. Standing splits on the inhale. Lift from the inner seam of your left thigh. Head drops down heavy to the mat. And then option to keep your fingertips out wide, or maybe bring one hand to your right ankle. 2 more breaths. And exhale, forward fold. Feet hip width distance apart. And then shake it out and breathe. Let your head become super heavy. Kind of just going along for the ride of whatever motion your hips and knees are creating. And then lower down, step back. All the way down onto your belly. Prop up onto your left elbow. Curl right heel into glute and then reach back with your right hand. So a nice quad opener, also a nice right chest and shoulder stretch. Trying to slow down your breath. If you need more sensation, you can always straighten your left arm. So bring your fingertips to face forward. So kind of like a seal pose variation. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. And exhale, release. We'll switch them out. So right elbow comes down for support. Curl left heel into glute and reach back with your hand. And then press your left heel down towards your glute to open up the front of your hip as you scoop your sit bones underneath you. Again, option to straighten into right arm. Right here for 3 more breaths. Exhale, release. Both feet long. Head rests down onto the back of your hands. And then just like how we started, we're going to just windshield wiper our feet from side to side. Let it feel really good for your low back. A couple more times each way. And then straighten your legs long. Stay here. I think this is called Crocodile Pose. Spend the next 3 to 5 breaths just centering and grounding in. Reflecting on something you let go of. And reflecting on something you'd like to take with you. You have the option to stay here, move into a meditation, or take any final stretches. Otherwise, I'm going to find where the sun is not in my face, and we'll finish together with one more breath. So come to a seated posture, cross your legs, close your eyes, and place your hands on your legs somewhere. Inhale to grow tall through your spine. Fill up your lungs, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. And big releasing exhale out of your mouth. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here and practicing with me. Again, I apologize about the lighting, but hopefully you enjoyed the practice nonetheless. And I hope you like the feel good stretchy flow. I think perfect for after work or just when you need something that will get some bad energy out of your body and give you a nice calming energy. So if you liked it, please share with others and then subscribe so you see the next one, and I'll see you then.